Hello, my loves. Welcome back to a channel message, a channel reading. I know I filmed one the other day, but it really feels like it's been forever because I know before that it was a few days. And I apologize for my absence. I have been going through huge shifts. So I've needed the time. I needed the time to feel grounded and feel like I've come back to myself a bit, and to also just reach a bit of clarity in all that's been going on. Because I know it's not just been me, I know the collective. If you're seeing this, likely this message is for you, but take it how it resonates. Don't make it fit. What I've been feeling and experiencing and noticing in myself, in the collective, in just everything at the moment. 111 as I'm saying this, and I just got chills. There is this collective falling apart. It feels like this falling apart and this coming back together. But it's interesting because this falling apart and coming back together, again, everyone's experiences in their own individual way, but there's this energy of what is coming back together is not the same pieces that fell apart. That's usually how it works, right? But think about it. You have a glass or you have a precious item, you drop it on the ground, falls apart in pieces. If it is fixable, usually you glue back all the same pieces together, right? The difference in this falling apart and this coming back together is that the restructuring process and what is coming back together is not the same. Is not the same. You may have been feeling like you are the same, but also you're seeing so, I'm wanting to say widely, I don't know, widely feels needed. You're seeing so widely that things are different. Confirmation vote. Confirmation vote. And it's been intense, and it's been hard, and it's been confusing for the most part. Very confusing. You may have felt unsupported, you may have felt so alone, you may have felt such old heavy emotions that you haven't, for some reason I want to say battled with, and I look so off right now, but that's so fine. Battled with for a very long time. There's messages of feeling like a failure, feeling like you're doing it wrong, feeling you're missing things or you're not seeing things clear, or even just lacking intuition, lacking connection, lacking clarity. And you've probably been so confused, but also so trusting. Maybe your faith has wavered, but then it's come back even stronger. This is a very tumultuous time, I want to say. And if you're resonating with this, then please stay because this message is for you. And hopefully what's coming for you is going to really serve you in the way that you're needing right now. Firstly, what's coming through is you aren't alone. You aren't alone. And if you have felt unsupported, I need you to know that you are so supported. Even if it hasn't seemed like that, I want you to hopefully hear me when I say, when your spirit team and your higher self, your connection to source is simply trying to help you become the most authentic version of you. And that includes the life that you're living. That includes every step and action that you take. I'm feeling the need to give an example. For me personally, the last few days, I've been really practicing following through with my desire, following through with my needs and my wants, and showing up for myself and really allowing myself to, if I want something and it's available, that I go and do that thing and that I listen to my body and what it's asking for, right? Today, I woke up and it seemed to just slip my mind all that I had been doing, all my attentions and all the learning that I've been doing. It just seemed to just not be present. And it's not that I didn't enjoy my day, it's just the things that I did this morning, I wanted to do particular things, but because there was a few things that are a bit out of the way and they were available to me, they're a bit out of the way. It seemed a little bit like, oh no, like it's fine, like we'll just do this instead. Like that happened a couple of times, but I wanted to do certain things and I didn't follow through with those things. And then I also didn't enjoy, really. I didn't feel fulfillment. I didn't feel that spark of like, yes, I'm so happy I've done this morning, right? And then later in the day, the day goes on, and I have other things that I want to do. And then I go to try get these things or do these things, and I'm denied. And I noticed this pattern and I thought, oh, okay, like, all right, just my day's not working out for me. So I didn't see it right away. I came home after my day and was like, yeah, okay, today wasn't my day. But I missed a crucial part of this. And I'll get to the point. I then felt very drained for the rest of the afternoon and this evening. I'm really now feeling my energy back. And it wasn't even a big day. I just felt really drained. And then I had these feelings of shame, of embarrassment, of this like frustration coming up. I'm like, where is this coming from? Where is this coming from? I didn't have a bad day, just didn't work out the way I wanted it to, right? But remember at the start of my day when there was things that I wanted to do and I could have done them, but I didn't do them. Desire rose within me. I shut it down. I deny myself of what I wanted, what I could have had. So then when I wanted something later and tried to go get it, it seemed my outer world denied me. The lesson? The lesson? The universe will always reflect how the universe will always reflect and show up for you the way in which you have shown up for yourself. This applies to your needs and to your desires. And I knew this. I've learned this lesson before. Had to learn it again today. But the key part, which I often forget, is that if you don't listen to your body, or if you listen to it and then deny, which also not good, you drain yourself. That's draining your energy. That's your life force energy. That's your desire. That's your sacral. That's your pleasure center. Especially for myself, I'm a generator for human design. If you guys know that, that could be a sign for someone to go look into their human design energy type. As a generator, it's actually very crucial for me and the way that my energy works to, if I feel desire or feel a want towards something, that I do that thing. Because if I don't, I'm draining my energy. And the crucial part of this lesson today was yet again a reminder that your world and your universe will show up for you however you show up for yourself. So if you don't show up for yourself, why would your world show up for you? If I deny myself my desires, why would my outside world also not deny myself of those desires? It's just doing what I literally told it that I do for me. I set the program and then I watch it on TV. I set the programs, I set the rules, and then it's reflected back at me and I can't be mad about it. That's just how it is. I set the standards for myself. We set the standards. We set the stakes. We make up the rules of the game. So when you are not setting up a supportive system for yourself, why would your world do that for you? What it is going to do is make you so uncomfortable until you're forced to look at yourself and go, I hate this. I hate this so much. Why do I hate this? Oh, because I'm not doing this and this and this for myself. Oh, that's why my world looks like this, because I'm not even leading the charge. I'm not even leading the way in which I want to be rewarded. I'm not leading my life the way that I want to actually live it. The other part of the lesson for me was I literally drain myself when I don't do the things that I want, when I don't follow those nudges. That felt important to share for someone today, for maybe a few of you in the collective. But the overall message and the part of what's coming up is we are being collectively put back together so that we can start living the ways we actually want to. And I'm not saying it's going to be easy. This is hard stuff because our conditioning, especially this collective's conditioning, we've all been programmed a certain way from our upbringing, our childhood, teenager years, whatever it is, even our adult life. We've lived in certain rules, in certain programs and conditioning for so long that when it becomes so uncomfortable and it makes us so miserable and it takes those breaking points, sometimes those tower moments for us to go, this is not what I want. I don't like this. How do I change this? The process of change is hard because you're having to figure out for yourself what you want when you've only known a certain way of living. So you have to explore. You have to experience discomfort and freedom and pleasure and anger and sadness because you're having to see it all in order to fine tune and know and be able to be given the choice and the freedom to go, okay, this is what I want. In all that I've seen and all that I've experienced again and again and again, sometimes this is actually me and this is actually what I want. That is what is happening. That is what is happening. So you can see that this isn't a process of punishment. This isn't a process of failure. This isn't a process of you're doing things wrong. It's a process of you're rediscovering what you want and you're figuring out the steps it takes to live it and to get to where you want. What is it going to take for you to be who you want to be? And that's exactly what's happening. So these pieces that are coming back together, this version of you that is being rebuilt, that you're building, this life that you're building, if things don't feel certain right now, if things feel really unknown, you are in a space of being able to see it all. Okay, you are in this void, this nothingness space, this liminal space of, okay, I have a pretty good understanding of what I don't like. And I've had some experiences with what I do like, and I see around me what inspires me. How can I build towards that? How can I work towards that? How can I align with that? That is available to you. That's exactly what you're doing. You are supported in this. Okay, you are supported in this. But you need to give yourself grace. You need to give yourself praise. You need to give yourself patience because there is so much happening all of the time. There is so much that you are experiencing all of the time. So the present moment is crucial, is key. Constantly coming back to yourself, constantly giving yourself space to exist and to be is very, very crucial at this time, especially in this restructuring. Because the present moment, and when you're so present, you're so grounded, and you're so just being in the moment and breathing and aware, alive in what you're experiencing, that is where we make the choices that are necessary. Again, towards the life and towards the version of ourselves that we want to be and all that we want to build. The guidance that's coming through today is stop punishing yourself. Stop criticizing yourself. And if you're doing these things, Forgive yourself for the way that you've spoken to yourself. Forgive yourself for the way that you've thought about yourself. Have acceptance. Acceptance at this moment in presence is going to be something that's always going to be, it's going to be like this reset moment for you. Returning to acceptance at this time is always going to put you in a space that you need to recognize yourself again and where you want to go. Acceptance will help you release the past and be so immersed in what is available to you. So it seems to be that is one of the largest pieces of this puzzle that you are currently practicing. So if shame has been coming up, and if embarrassment and this like resisting, like almost grieving and guilty kind of energy, if that's been rising in you in different ways, that's because you're being guided back to acceptance every time. Again, we live in this spectrum. I don't mean I mean the spectrum of all things. Polarity, duality, the extremes, the black and the white, the yin and the yang, the light and the dark. Confirmation. I'm hearing like this like there's like a resetting flick. It could be a light bulb that's kind of going off here. But what it's feeling like on another level is just this: give yourself more grace to have these reset moments, to have these reset errors. When you are in the rediscovery of who you are, you're going to experience who you aren't. Like I said, the discomfort, the pain, the anger. You're going to experience the things that you aren't, but it's going to feel like that's you. And you have to. It has to feel like that so you can accept it and make the choice of who you want to be. That's what I'm talking about here. That's that spectrum I was referencing. We experience so much of what we don't like and what makes us so uncomfortable, and this shadow